Hello. All right. So we are going to get started. I'm really excited about today. And I'm feeling a little bit better. Okay. So this COVID thing is for the birds, as you guys know. But I'm feeling a little bit better. But it's nighttime, so I'm like in bed and relaxing because I am still weak from COVID, and COVID sucks. It really does. So now that I'm done with responding to emails, Christina, I am going to talk to you guys about two things today that, let me tell you, you guys want to stay tuned because this situation that happened pissed me off so bad. But, a lot of things the school district does pisses me off. I mean, it's just one of those things. I was telling a parent today that, believe it or not, my job is actually stressful. And, I was saying to her, I was like, most people, or some people, when they're at a job and they don't like it or it's stressful, they want to get a new job, right? Well, mine isn't really like that. Okay. So mine is very stressful. All right. But I love it and I would never do anything different. I am okay with school districts and the people within the school districts attacking me. Yeah, that happens. Anybody out there is always going to look for the negative. That's what people do for some reason. It's disgusting, but that's what people do. And it just reminds me of, if you get any of those like news things, on your phone. Well, there was a news thing that popped up about Julia Roberts. All right. She posted a great picture of her in just normal clothes and a t-shirt. No, her hair wasn't done perfectly and she was not getting ready to walk the runway. But she had the picture of her husband and then her three kids. And do you know, people said, I can't believe Julia Roberts posted a picture looking so horrible. Why do people have to do that? It's mean. Um, but I don't like mean people anyway, so that's okay. They can just go away. Um, so, just a note to everybody, people are mean, all right? And mean people don't belong in our lives. So if they choose to be mean, I have decided to think, school districts aren't going to like me because I'm going to fight for the kids. I get it. I totally get it. You guys don't want to adhere to the rules, the laws, and the policies. Totally get it. And that's what this school district didn't want to do. So stay tuned because you are not going to want to miss this. All right. The next item up for discussion is what, how, why, and when. You guys are going to want to know what I want to talk about there because it's something you're going to use from here all the way until your child is no longer in school. I am excited to talk again because I'm feeling better and I love going live. So make sure that you guys share this and hopefully somebody who needs it or needs to hear something, is able to get a hold of it and that it somehow helps somebody out there with a struggle with their IEP. Okay. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Raven Woods. I haven't been live in forever. I went on vacation, then I got sick with COVID. It is what it is. I'm back. Okay. So, I'm still healing from COVID. It sucks, but I'm getting better. So, if you don't know me, my name is Raven Woods. I'm the CEO and founder of Autism Mama Rocks IEP, and I help parents gain the knowledge and confidence to become the CEO of their IEP meeting for real. Like I always go back to that because I always think, okay, is this true? 100%, 100%, 500%, because that is what you must become. Look at it like you don't have any other option but to become the CEO of your child's IEP meeting. You, my friend, is the number or are the number one people. Okay, you, your husband, your grandmother, your grandfather, people who are in foster care. You guys are the most important people at an IEP meeting. All right. And you need to digest that. Okay. And when I say that based on school, district, and state law and IDEA, which in this letter that I wrote an 8-page letter last night for a parent. One of my clients, and I'm sorry, I still have like that residual cough from COVID. I apologize. Where this school district, okay, first post of 1 below. It's your first through third time catching me live. Post a 2 below if you're an oldie but goodie. Okay? So here is what this wonderful school district in Louisiana did. You know what? I don't know what it is with these darn, southern states. Okay? I think Virginia might be a southern state. Is Virginia a southern state? I don't know what we're called anymore. But let me tell you something. I have noticed that the southern states are a pain in my ass. California's coming around. It's weird. But maybe they're just used to me now. They're used to me now. That's what it is. They are used to me now. California's like, oh, dear God, here she comes. But southern states are not used to me yet. I have dabbled in southern states. Okay? You guys, remember I said by the end of this year, 2021, I wanted to do all 50 states. I am at 47. 47 states I have been an advocate in. It's so cool, right? I got 3 more to go. 3. Okay. I've not done New Mexico. I'll have to write down the 3 and I'll tell you. All right. Louisiana sucks. Okay. Who's from Louisiana? Whose love conquers all? I need to know your name. Tell me your name. Okay? I want to know your name. All right, so Louisiana. All right, they suck. Well, I found out today that there's parishes there. Did you know there's a parish or parishes in Louisiana? So instead of counties, they have parishes. That's news to me. I didn't know. We always learn something new every day, right? I didn't know. I was like, that sounds like church, And like the mom was like, no, we have parishes like you guys have counties. I was like, oh, okay. That's a little weird, but okay. So here's what this school district did. I sent my normal email. Okay. I have like a normal email that I send all school districts that I then tweak dependent on what the situation's about. Okay. But the normalcy of it still goes the same way. I'm requesting an IEP meeting. I'm requesting a FERPA request with a shit ton of stuff that I asked for. And then I'm asking typically for a full evaluation, and I would note every single evaluation. Okay. Oh, hey, Kim. So when I say every single evaluation, I mean, they probably are overwhelmed at like, holy crap, how is she asking for all this? They're probably wondering like, how does she know about all this? But I love evaluations and assessments. I know my stuff there. I love it. I love talking about it. I love the eye-opening that school districts do when I start talking about how they didn't provide all the percentages, scaled scores, and raw scores, and then what that means. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow. School districts will only provide a lot of times like a scaled score and a percentage, and then they tell you, oh, it's yep, I love it too. They will tell you, oh, the percentage, oh, it's average, so your child's fine. Your child's fine. It's average. So not true, y'all. So not true. Stay tuned tomorrow because it is so not true. Okay? So parents are thinking, oh, it says average, or it says, low average, thinking like, oh, they're really close to being average. And it's such bullshit. All right? So eye opener, I'm telling you, I swear, this is so true. I'm having parents come live with me to explain how I had to explain this to them. I sent them to Linda Mood Bell because Linda Mood Bell, so if you guys need a evaluation by Linda Mood Bell, they give me a huge discount. So if you're interested, message me because school districts don't argue Linda Mood Bell's evaluations. Nope, they don't. And here's the thing, is these parents are going to come live with me and tell you guys, because you don't want to always hear stuff from me. So I had to explain to these parents, let's send the child to Linda Mood Bell, let them do the whole evaluation, math, reading, etc., writing. So it's math, writing, and reading, which is perfect. And when you see actually where your child falls, because did you know the percentage in which the school just look, I'm talking about tomorrow already. Look at this. I'm so bad at this stuff, y'all. I can't help myself. I just want to pour and throw up all over you. So just real quick, percentages are not about your child. Percentages, like if they say your child is average and that their percentage is 14%, hello, 14% out of 100 is not average. Okay? What that's saying is your child is at 14%. So out of 100 or all of the children within your child's grade, your child makes 14% of that. If your child is not 50% or higher, that is not average. Okay? Do not fall for the trickery of percentages, because percentages is not based on your individual child of where they are right now. It is based upon all children within third grade or all children in the United States in fifth grade. All right? And it's that percentage of where your child falls in comparison to all the children in fifth grade across the U.S. or all the children in third grade across the U.S. Interesting, right? So those scores are not based on where your child is individually right now. You see, there's a difference between instructional and academic level and independent individual level. Let me say that again. There's a difference between academic and instructional level, and there's a difference between that and the child's independent and individual level. Okay, we'll talk about more of that tomorrow. So this wonderful Louisiana school district, I'm sending them the email, the first email. Of course, they want to play a game. So school systems, when they want to be assholes, they will, instead of CCing me in the emails and then I respond, they'll email the parent forwards it to me, then I have to email them back, and then it's this merry-go-round, so stupid and immature of these school districts. And here's the thing is, by law, they do not have to email me, even though the parents sign a consent form. However, it is a way in which the school district can show the parent that they are willing to go above and beyond to work with them and to try and get back a team-based collaborative relationship. All right? It is a way in which the school system can actually show face and say, you know what? Things haven't, been great. We may not be agreeing on everything, but you know what? I'm going to respect this and I'm going to try to work with you, get an IEP scheduled so that we can work together collaboratively. That is what I hope for school districts, because last year was a nightmare. I want things to be smooth this year. I know that's a lot to ask for, but I'd like it to be like that. Please, school districts, can we please get along and collaborate and work as a team and just look out for the interest of the student and get IEPs in order and looking beautiful in the sense that they're adequate and individualized and appropriate for that child. That's all I want. Please just work with the parent and work with us so that we can get that in place. That should be everything that everybody wants in the interest of the student. But unfortunately, school districts want to fight and they want to create a power struggle, which reminds me of freaking high school. And I am sorry, but I am not into politics. I am out to break down politics within the school district when it comes to parents, because that is not our forte and we don't give a rat's butt about politics. Okay? So school districts, please understand that the parents and myself and most advocates out there don't give a rat's butt about politics. We don't care about your money. We don't care about what comes in and comes out. But if you're going to play with our money that goes to our kids, then we're going to play that game and we're going to win, because you will lose that funding if you play games with us. And see, the thing is we're getting smart, so we're knowing how to do that now. Did you know that? I had funding depleted from a school district because they put it towards football instead of special ed. Mm-hmm. And that school district was in a lot of trouble. Okay? So we need to not do that. All right. We need to focus on giving the students what's needed and appropriate and just having an adequate IEP. That's not a lot to ask for. So here's what this southern state did. I know, I got to get to this. I know. Just tell me, guys. Tell me. Say, Raven, shut up and tell us. Okay, so this is what they did. Is they refused to provide a virtual link and were demanding in an underscoring, I don't even know what the word should be, in like just a sneaky, shitty way. I'll just say it how I'd normally say it. All right. And would not provide a virtual link. This whole year, guys, never, this is a first for me. Never have I come in contact with a school district who was like, they literally, here's the dumbest shit that they did. They're so dumb. This is how dumb they were. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Don't take it as rude, but this school district was freaking dumb. And you could tell that they were not used to someone coming in and ruffling their little feathers. All right. They were, boy, did I come in and they were like, who the hell are you? That is what they said, basically, without saying it. All right. So this is what happened. All right. So this is kind of funny now. It's funny now. But I mean, at the same time, I do hope that we work together. Okay. But it is funny. So here's what's funny is for a couple weeks, I would say like since August 7th, I have gone back and forth with them. All right. We actually did, even though we played merry-go-round and the parents had to send me the emails that the school sent, I had to then respond, blah, blah, blah. They still listened to what was available for a mutually agreed upon time and date for the IEP. Well, in my first email, I already put a virtual meeting because I encourage my parents to do virtual meetings because many people, including myself in the past, got so nervous, with so many people around the table. Now, granted, I got over it and I was just fine. But a lot of parents do not adjust to that. They do not welcome conflict. And they don't welcome, and I don't welcome conflict, but I will bring it on. It's kind of like my attitude is, oh my gosh, if it can be easy and we can work together, that is what I want. But I don't run from a fight. I will not run from a fight. And if I'm going to fight, I'm going to win. All right. Because I don't fight for something that's not needed and appropriate. And I don't fight for something that's not adequate. So when I fight for something, I'm going to get it. All right. And there's sometimes where I have to tell the parent, the school system makes some sense and we got to figure this out because this is a complicated situation. So don't think that if I'm willing to fight, that I'm going to fight for something that if the school district is making sense, or there is a fine line of what the school district can and cannot do and what you can and can't, then I explain that to parents. But if I'm going to fight, you're going to win. All right. So this school district pissed me off. And what happened was it kind of clicked that they were denying the virtual link when they sent the person, oh yeah, you are a fighter and don't back down when it's needed, or the school has messed up. Yeah, and the school messed up. So let me tell you about this, Kim. So it didn't click to the mom and I that the school district was denying a virtual link. We just assumed, I assumed too, that they were just going to send it. I mean, this whole year, never, even before this year, never has a school district ever not provided a link, because a parent can choose that. All right. And like I said, I encourage parents to do it online because it creates less anxiety. You're just fine. You can record. You can have your stuff all over. You can be in bed like I am now. Again, I'm recovering from COVID. Give me a break. And there's no reason to deny that. In all honesty, it's actually more convenient for the school district. And, if like, for example, the director of special education, she doesn't have to physically come to the school. She can be at her office. It's so convenient for everybody. Right. And so when it clicked was the school district. Okay. The school district sent the parent a PWN saying, this is the date and the time of the IEP. these are who is going to be there. This is who's going to be there. And they don't have to say the names, but they have to say like speech therapist, gen ed teacher, special ed teacher, blah, blah, blah. And they stated like the time that it's going to start. And then they put where. All right. They said in the multi-purpose room of the school, blah, blah, blah. All right. So then it dawned on Mom and I, holy hell, okay, they're not going to send us a link. They're actually, and then, oh, this is what they did. They put, and you can bring anybody you choose. Oh, I wanted to jump through the damn screen because you know what they said? This is what they said without saying it. Hey, this is where we're having the IEP in the multi-purpose room of the school. Your advocate can come and fly here to Louisiana and come and attend it with you. That's what they were saying. Oh, hell no. All right. Hell no. Not happening. Y'all are out of your freaking mind. You don't even know what I wanted to say. I was so mad. I mean, shit was flying. Fire was coming out of my nose and my ears and my head. And I told the mom, this is what I said to the mom today. I said, you know what? I pushed you aside. I was pissed. This was about me at this point. You know, I was like, I was so freaking mad. And she just starts laughing like, you know, like I took it personally that this district was being such jerks and vengeful and bullying the parent. I mean, how do you bully a parent like that? I mean, by saying, hey, you can have an advocate, cool, but they got to fly here. I'm sorry, but you know, there's lawyers that actually practice in many different states. All right, there's interpreters that parents can choose that may not be in their mistake, and maybe in their state. Um, who the hell is this school district to try to control if the parent comes on is virtual, if the advocate is virtual, and then try to, and then here's the funny part, provides a PWN as a meeting invitation and notice. School district, just so you know, they're two separate things. And a PWN is not used as a meeting invite, and it's not used to tell us about the meeting. And oh my gosh, guys, PWN is actually to give a proposed or refused of what went on with an IEP meeting in reference to evaluations, etc. A PWN, my friends, are not to go and tell the parent that an IEP meeting is going to be in the multipurpose room. And then they try to tell us what we're going to discuss. They put in the PWN what we were going to discuss. Newsflash, school district in Louisiana. You don't put in a PWN what you're going to discuss in an IEP. A PWN doesn't even come to you before an IEP meeting because you're not proposing or refusing anything in the damn meeting invite. Are y'all need, I'm going to give you some lessons. I think I already did, but y'all need to, you know, get with the times. I understand that you may be used to doing things a certain way, even though it totally does not follow the law, your state and idea. And I'm going to give you Ravenwood's Lesson 101 in IEPs and IEP paperwork. Okay? So here's what has to happen. Guys, this is what happened is because they actually tried to say what we were going to talk about in IEP. I think they may, guys, have forgotten that the parent and myself requested the IEP, not them. So why the hell do they have a damn list of what to talk about that they didn't share with the parent? Meaning they I can't even say the word. I'm like, my brain's still coming back from COVID. Okay, so they removed the rights of the parents as equal team members. Okay, a school district cannot give you an agenda at the IEP meeting. No, ma'am. They have to actually provide an agenda to you in advance of the IEP meeting and say, here's the agenda that we would like to follow. Please put in your whatever it is that you want to discuss, put into the agenda so that we can create something together collaboratively in a way that will work for all of us. Okay. And if they don't provide an agenda in advance of the meeting and ask you to contribute, and they just at the IEP meeting decide to tell you about their usually it's a meeting norms that they put into like a Google Doc or a Word doc that they come up with themselves, or an agenda, I tell them to kiss my butt. Not following it. Sorry, you didn't include the parent as an equal team member. You refused to allow them to participate as an equal team member. So you already have not and violated FAPE, okay? If you don't include a parent as an equal team member, okay, in an agenda, in scheduling a meeting, and that is not time and date. That is time, date, and place. Place, okay? In IDEA, it specifically states that could be on the phone, that could be virtually. That even can mean the school district walks their butt or drives their butt to your house if there's some medical issue or something like that, or you don't have a computer or whatever the case may be. Did you know that? So the school district has to go be above and beyond in order to make sure that the parent, caregiver, whoever that is in charge of that child is there at that IEP meeting, no matter what. Or they are in violation, big time, okay, of not including the parent as an equal team member, of refusing to allow them at an IEP meeting that they are wanting to be at and are being refused. In this case, it was the virtual link to attend virtually. And you guys got to follow that through. Do not let them bully you with that, all right? I did not back down, let me tell you. So I got pissed, all right? 8-page paper later, all right? You guys know, Yana, Diane, Bill, y'all know, I don't play with this shit, all right? So this is what I did. 8 pages of law, okay? Stating their own law that says, all right, their own law says that the school district will do whatever is necessary in order for the parent to attend the IEP meeting, all right? And it will be how the parent wants to attend the IEP meeting. So Louisiana actually says it in that way. Funny, hilarious. I like copied and pasted that shit from the law in the state, put it in that 8-page document. I also put IDEA in the document that says the same thing. And then, because they played with me, they played with the wrong person, all right? And this is where I get school districts where they come after me with like a freaking knife, seriously. Because they want to go after me because I push them against the wall. And so what I did was I said, you know what? You don't send the parent a link. We're going to go to the paper. We're going to go to the reporters. We're going to go to whoever it is that we got to go to. And we're going to make sure that they know that you are not following your state policy, your state law, and the federal law. We're going to make sure that every single one of your names is blasted all over the goddamn paper. And we're going to make sure that you guys own what you did. On top of that, I said, you will not bully, harass, and the school district, one of the teachers had actually verbally abused because she yelled and screamed and insulted the parent in an IEP meeting before the mom had brought me on. And so I used those words as well because that was 100% fact. I said, we will no longer tolerate that. You will no longer ever do that again. And I then said, you know what? Screw it. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to add icing to the gosh darn cake. So I emailed the school superintendent. I emailed the State Department of Education superintendent. I emailed the board who is in charge of her parish, right? In Louisiana, they got parishes, not counties. And, I emailed every compliance officer. Holy shit, I emailed everybody and their mother. That's what I did, all right? Everybody. Everybody. And the superintendent got back to me. Yep, she sure did. She emailed me, all right? And you know what's funny, too? Is within 4 hours, we got a link, a meeting link, a meeting link. Oh yeah, we get to attend the meeting. Ha! Through the link. Ha! It was great. Don't play with me, school districts. Do not play with me. All right, just don't. All right, work with me. You want to work with me? I am a workable person. All right, you can work with me. I can get along with anybody, but you want to play with me? You're playing with the wrong girl, woman, whatever the hell I am. You're wrong person, because guess what? I don't care what other people think. So I am the type of person that if I've like everybody else, I've done things that are right and wrong in life, right? I'm 44 years old. Yeah, I've done some crazy shit. All right. But now I'm at that point in my life where I'm very secure in myself. And I'm also very secure in the sense of what I do is always in my job is always for the benefit of the student. I have never done anything that was not in the interest of the student, ever. And I pride myself with that. And any type of school district or person who wants to attack somebody in any way, because anytime you do something to piss someone off, you run the risk of them saying, she's a crazy bitch, she did this in her past, blah, 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 blah. Bring it. I do not deny anything. Ask me whatever it is that you want to ask me. I don't care. What I do for my job is in the interest of the student. If a parent is having issues, if a parent needs somebody on their side because the district is not working for them, with them, and the student is not getting what is needed and appropriate, isn't making progress or making trivial progress, which is basically nothing, their goals are repeating themselves, whatever the case may be, my job is to ensure that that student gets everything that they need. And if that means, and I'm going to say this outright, online, live to whoever is watching, I will do whatever it takes in order for that student to get what's needed and appropriate, and that their parents stop having to go through hell. Because I went through that hell. And I don't wish that upon anybody. And how dare any school district or person put a parent or caregiver, grandmother, etc., through that type of hell. That is wrong. So, with that said, we're going to move on to the next thing. All right, I'm done, with my spiel. But I'm excited. We got the link. Very excited, very excited. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is what, how, when, and why. Okay, so we're going to go through this really quick because, the thing is at the end of the day, we need to serve our children, but we also need to make sure that we are making sense. All right. So when I say I fight for the kids, I'm a fighter. You guys know that. But I'm also very reasonable. And I think that goes back to what I was just saying on how I'm very secure at 44, who I am. All right. There's nothing that anybody can say to me that would make me feel like, oh my God, they're attacking me. Parents are going to use me as an advocate. I don't do that because I'm secure in the fact that I get things done, and parents hire me because they're done with the school district not giving their child what they need, period. All right. And they know that I will fight for that and I will be persistent in that. But the other thing is I'm reasonable in the sense that I also don't have a problem telling the parent, hey, that's not really reasonable. These are the things you kind of need to do. These are the questions you need to ask. This is what's important, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because as parents, we all can go overboard in wanting what we want for our kids, right? And it's my job to also teach the parents, okay, that one's not worth the fight. You know what I'm saying? So because even myself, when I was going through this, I got to the point where I just wanted the school to pay. I just wanted them to pay. I was so angry that it was all about them paying, right? And I work with parents that are at that point. I relate. But you don't get anywhere thinking in that way. Hey, Marquita, how are you? Thank you. You don't get anywhere thinking that way. You have to get to the point that, it's not ever going to be where, just say in like a mediation or something like that, it's never going to be like always my way or the highway. It's never going to be where if you want the school system to admit that they're wrong, that they're going to do that. I can tell you 99.999% of the time, they are not going to admit that they were wrong. Okay? So if like that's what I wanted. I was like, can you just admit that you were wrong? You screwed up. You did not educate my child. You know? But the thing is did I really want that? Or did I want what I wanted to happen? So you got to ask yourselves, if you get everything you want, who cares if they admit that they were wrong? See what I'm saying? All right. So what? All right. So say that you want ABA or you want a one-on-one or you want more speech services. Okay. So these are the questions you need to ask yourselves. And I teach this in my course, my big course, Autism. It's the Autism Mama Rocks the IEP, but it's called Rock the IEP, the big course. Okay. So, and I know many of you have taken it. But you have to ask yourselves, what is it you want? Speech, OT, ABA, one-on-one. So you need to answer that. I want ABA for my child. I want speech. I want OT. Whatever it is. Okay? You can. Come here. You going to bed?
Have a nice day tomorrow.
All right. I love you. Okay. So you want to ask yourself the what? I am.
I'll take it and have a nice day tomorrow.
Okay. Good night. Whenever I'm on live, she says, "Are you on live? Are you on live?" Okay, I'll talk to you soon. I'll talk to you soon. That's what she says. It's so cute. Okay, so you ask yourself, what is it that you want? Whatever it is. Okay, write that down on a piece of paper. I want speech. I want more speech. I want more OT. I want ABA. Whatever it is. Then it's how. All right. So you need to ask yourself. Write this down, guys. All right. So what do I want? A one-on-one, ABA therapy in the school system, more speech therapy, OT, etc. All right, thanks. And then you want to say, all right, how does it work for your child? How does ABA work for your child? So say that you're asking for ABA therapy, all right, which is what my client's asking for. Okay, and so I said to her, you have private ABA therapy. How does it work for your child? How is it working for your child? And how much data do you have in order to support how it is working? Okay? So it doesn't mean you always have to have the how if it hasn't been tried. Okay? So some people have the how because you guys have private speech, private ABA, or private OT, etc. But, or here's another one, that you did virtual learning and you were the one sitting side by side with your child, realizing and recognizing that they need a one-on-one. That happened so many times last year. All right, so you have to ask yourself, how does that work for your child and how much data is it that you have to support how it works? All right, so if you were the one sitting with your child all last year as the one-on-one helping your child learn, all right, and your child does not have a one-on-one in school, you are that data, 100%. And you can fight every last bit of that, okay? I tell parents, record yourselves, do whatever you got to do. You are that data, all right? And it was even supported in with Jack Robinson, who is the attorney who won in Drew versus Douglas, which is the 2017 case, the Supreme Court case, where the parents won, millions of dollars because of what the school had done, and the child only making trivial progress. And in the French word, it's called de minimis progress, which is very little, and the goals repeating themselves and no goals being mastered. Okay. And the school system wanted to fight and say, oh, he's passing his grades, he's getting good grades, blah, blah, but he was only making trivial progress in his goals. So him making good grades and him not making his goals are two separate things. Okay. So, Bill. All right. Research the bird. Yeah, Bill. All right. Look what my husband got me. Do you see that damn bird? I don't even know what to think of it. I haven't even put a light in it yet because it looks like an evil damn bird. Do you see that bird behind me? Okay, so this is a light. My husband got that for me, and he hung it, and I feel like the bird's going to fall on my head when I sleep. All right. He got it as a joke. And isn't that scary, bird? So it's a bird holding the cord, and then a light goes right there. Isn't that a freaky freaking bird? Ravens are bad birds. They are evil. Aren't they evil? They're like in the scary movies and stuff, right? Okay, so yeah, I thought you guys would, I know you thought that was probably funny, right, Bill? Damn bird, right? That one, kill that bird. Okay, so you asked yourself how does it work? How is a bracelet your I'm embracing it. Okay, so how does it work, and what data do you have to support it? Okay, that is very, 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 very important. All right, then you have to ask yourself why, without it, what would happen? Why does it have to happen? Because without it, this is what's going to happen. So you're asking yourself, why does it need to happen? All right, because you ask yourself what needs to happen. That's whatever it is you're asking for. How does it need to happen in order for it to work? How has it been successful? How has it, been productive for that child in order for them to make progress? All right, and then how much data do you have to support that? Again, if you don't have data, it's not the end of the world, because school districts have to try things if there are issues, make recommendations if there are issues, and try it if it hasn't been tried before. Okay? So you have both to work with. All right? So don't freak out. All right? Hey, Jess, I'll get with you. Give me a second, okay? All right, so, and then why? The why is without ABA or without a one-on-one or without more speech therapy, all right, what would happen? This is the negative. What would happen? Why does my child need a one-on-one? Why does my child need more speech? Why does my child need a ABA in the school district? All right, and then, so you ask yourself, we got to write these down, guys. All right, why without it? Then ask yourself, why without it would something negative happen? For example, all right, I have multiple students I am dealing with who are nonverbal. You guys have heard me bitch about this already. All right, if you have a student that is nonverbal and you're asking for more speech because the school district is giving you one time a week at 30 minutes individual and one time a week in a group, oh yeah, this is a situation I'm dealing with. You need to tell the school district they're out of their gosh darn mind. No, I'm just kidding. No, you do. You got to tell them. I say that to them. So if you don't want to, I will. But then you need to fight for that. Okay, here's what blows my darn mind. How does a nonverbal student make progress in a group? Can someone out there explain that to me? I'm just curious. If you can, I will send you a $50 Amazon gift card because I need someone to convince me of that shit. How does a nonverbal child make progress in a group? Now, mind you, we all want our kids to be in a group so that they have socialization. That is a want. But if it doesn't make sense at the time, why would you do it? It's kind of like, hey, I have an 8th grader who is on a 3rd grade level, but hey, let me introduce them to 8th grade work. Anybody dealing with that dumb shit? I mean, I don't like stupid actions, okay? We all do stupid shit in life. But to be an educator and to do dumb ass shit like that, like, hey, I have a child with special needs, they're in 8th grade. Totally get that. I wish that they were doing 8th grade work. I wish that, believe me. But the school district is not providing them and meeting them where they are, which is 3rd grade work. Okay. You need to meet a child where they are for them to grow. You meet them where they are and you help them learn and grow and get to where they need to be. You don't take a child that is in 8th grade on a 3rd grade level and say, oh no, we have to. This is what the schools tell you. Okay. This is what they're going to say. We have to introduce them to grade level work. That's what they'll tell you. We have to introduce them to grade level work. We have to do it. That's what we have to do. We have to do it. We have to introduce them to grade level work. Okay, so I say, okay, well, you are educators. Okay? You're educators. And you believe, as an educator, that introducing a child who is in 8th grade to 8th grade work, who can only do 3rd grade work, you find that productive? How is that productive? Somebody? Can you tell me? It's dumb as shit, y'all. It's dumb. Okay? So you tell them that. Don't be afraid. I tell them. Do you know how absolutely stupid and ludicrous that is? That's what I say. That is the absolutely stupid and the most stupid and ludicrous, can't even say it, ludicrous thing I've ever heard. That's like saying, "Hey, Raven, I know you're smart and all, but we're gonna send you, all right, and you are gonna learn how." I'm trying to think, and I'm like being stupid right now. I don't know. Okay, throw me in a class, physics class. I ain't gonna know shit. Uh, okay, I'm an adult. I'm old enough to take a physics class. Okay. Um, you put me in a physics class, I'm a fail. Okay, because I don't know a damn thing about physics. Nothing. Yeah, put me as an account. Can't do that either. All right, I suck at math. I really suck at math. All right, when I was in school, in 9th grade, I had to take like double algebra, like algebra and then pre-algebra. That's all I had to take. That's all I took. So I struggled my butt off when I was getting my bachelor's and my master's because I had to take statistics and qualitative methods. Oh my God. I had to get a tutor. I was struggling my butt off. I just barely got through it. That C brought my GPA down from a 4.0 to a 3.6. I was very pissed off about that. Okay, so you see what I'm saying, right? You can't throw somebody in something and say, huh, have at it. Have fun. Learn. They can't even you can't even do that to adults. Okay? We got to learn the information. We got to start from the beginning. It's like riding a bike. I say this all the time. All right? Children are born, people in general are born with the ability to have speech. Okay? So, what I mean by that is that doesn't mean verbal. That can be through sign. That can be through a preschool child that will just come and pull on your shirt or tap your hand and say, I want, I want, I want, or literally actually pull you to the fridge and point to what they want. That is communication. That is speech. Okay? So, with riding a bike, with reading, all right, writing and math, that is a learned skill. All right. So let's just take riding a bike. Riding a bike. What do? You get your kids on the bike and then you hold the steering wheel for them so that they can steer, and you get on the back and you help them balance, right? And so there's all these different things that go into riding a bike. You just hop on a bike and start going. You got to balance, you got to steer, all that kind of crap, right? So that's what parents do. They help their children from the get-go, holding that bike, steering it for them, and making sure that they don't fall and that it is balanced. All right. And then we eventually fade out one, which is typically children learn, tell me if I'm wrong, if you're kids, but typically children learn to balance before they learn to steer. All right. But there are some kids that actually learn to steer before they can balance, but usually it's the balance before the steer. And so then we have kids that are balancing great and then they're all over the place. All right. And then they learn to steer, right? So they have to learn from what? Stage one. All right. Same thing with reading. All right. They have to learn the alphabet. They have to learn word recognition. They have to learn their 44 phonemes, which is the sounds of how the word sounds, right? And they build into decoding and phonics and phonemic awareness, and move on to language recognition and then to comprehension, right? So those are important things to understand. All right. So if a school district ever says to you that they have to introduce your child to a grade level when your child is several grade levels below that, lose your damn mind. Lose your mind. Lose your mind. Okay? All right. So who is without it? What would happen? It has to be the negative. All right? So the positive is asking yourself when my child gets a one-on-one, when my child gets ABA in the school system, when my child gets more speech, more OT, whatever, all right, when that's provided, this will happen and continue to happen. All right, so that's your positive. So you have the what. What is it you're asking for? Go ahead and write this down. All right, what is it you're asking for? ABA, speech, whatever in the school system. Okay. How does that work? How does ABA work for your child? How does more speech? How could that help for your child? How is a one-on-one going to be beneficial to your child? Okay, support it with whatever data you have. Then it's why. All right, why is this necessary? All right, and why without it, this is the negative, why without it will your child make trivial and diminish and or no progress in the educational setting? All right, and then ask yourself, when this is provided, a one-on-one, a extra speech, OT, ABA therapy in the school system, when that happens, what will be the outcome? Okay, so do you see how I'm explaining how you're giving the negative, but then you're giving the positive of what the outcome is going to be, which is always in the benefit of the student and in a way in which they can make progress in the educational setting. So that is a way in which you can convince, okay, which is goes with my trademark PPPN, plan, prepare, present. This is what you're doing, presenting, and you're persuading them, all right, in the meeting, and only negotiate if you have to. So my PPPN system that I teach in my big course, Rock the IEP, is to plan and prepare, present, persuade, and negotiate only if you have to. So hopefully that helps you guys. Hopefully you learned something today. And I hope you guys were able to write that down. If not, go back and watch this. Make sure you share this with your friends. And I hope somebody out there got some good advice and things that they needed in order to keep moving forward and getting their child everything that is needed and appropriate for them. And they truly can have faith in yourselves, the CEO of their child's IEP meeting. Okay? All right, let me look at some questions. All right. Got lots of people on here. Hey, Jan. Hi, Deborah. How are you? Love Conquers. Okay, I know that's Kim Cole. I hope you got some enlightenment of that Louisiana stuff. Hey, Yana. How are you? Hi, Lindsay. How are you? How are you? Oh, you're from Massachusetts. Dear God. I have 2 clients there. Oh. But I know the director at the Boston, Linda Mood Bell. She's amazing. Christina, hello, hello. Sent your emails, by the way. Hopefully you saw them. Hey, BB, how are you, girl? Long time no talk. Diana, hello, hello. Karina and Kim and Bill. Where are you guys at? Where are you guys at when y'all are both on? Are y'all like sitting next to each other in the living room? Is that what y'all doing? I can see that. I can see Kim and Bill. Oh, yeah, sitting in the living room, TV on. You guys are going to laugh at me. All right, TV on, talking to each other, and being online. Am I right? Or are y'all in separate places? I can tease them, y'all, because I've known them for over a year now. They're great. All right, so hey, Cindy, how are you? I love turning in and hearing you say, oh, hell no. I kind of get all, funky with that, because when I say, oh, hell no, I mean it. All right. Like, hell no. Okay. Yeah. Diana says, oh no, they didn't. Big mistake. Yes, I agree. Yana says, wow, I guess my school is pretty mild compared to that. Despite all of the BS, they have attention. Oh yeah. Your school district is freaking cake. All right. They're a pain in the ass, but they all are. Nicole says, wow, I could tell a story so very similar, especially with the principal bullying me. I'm sorry. The parents and my children, wow. What can be done after the district says, regardless if the parent agrees to the IEP, they're adding what they want? You can tell them to kiss your ass. Yep. And here's the thing. here's the thing with that, Nicole, and I'm just going to be very honest. And, I know even some of my parents, and they will tell you, I talk to my parents all the time. I have very good relationships with my clients, who I call them my parents. And, but that doesn't mean that I agree with them all the time. And it doesn't mean that we don't have conversations, healthy conversations on how things have to, transpire and happen. And, I tell my parents from the get-go, are you willing, if the school district is not budging, to go to dispute resolution with me? Because if things come down to it, which is not the goal ever, but if it does, are you willing to take it to the end? Or are you going to just give up when things get hard? Because this process is not easy. It can turn your lives upside down. I told one of my parents today, in just a conversation, because we were just relieved about the link being given to us. And we were relieved because she wants things to happen for her child, and them prolonging it by not providing the link was just a pain in the ass. And yet she was willing to go all the way. She's like, I'll go to due process if I have to, but they are not going to control and bully me ever again. And I was with her. And that is what I love, when parents are like, I am done. What do I got to do, Raven? Let's do this. Because she was ready. But having that mindset doesn't mean that's what you want. Okay? It's just getting your mind where it needs to be, in case, with the hopes that we can work together collaboratively and as a team. Okay? But if it's like that, Nicole, all right, and they're like, oh, we're going to do what we want. Oh, no, there's that. Oh, hell no. You may think you're going to do what you want until I take your little asses to due process. All right? Or mediation, or request due process and take you to mediation, and you're going to settle because you do not want to go to due process over that dumb shit. Okay? So that is crazy. School districts do not get to do what they want. All right? It is a team decision, and they don't get to, at the end of the day, be the end all be all. It does not work like that. Now, they can think that. They can think that, because parents, believe it or not, will give up. And not because they want to give up, but because they're like, oh, I don't know what else to do. So they stop because they don't know what to do. We don't know what we don't know, right? So my hope is that I teach you guys that, oh, no. You're not going to give up. All right. The more persistent you are, the less they are going to bully you and try to take advantage of you, like Nicole is describing, in, oh, we're going to do what we want anyway. The hell you are. Over my dead body. Okay? Over my dead body will you do whatever it is you want with my child. Yeah, you don't want to get me started, Nicole. You don't. I think we need to end this one, because if a school district literally told me that they're going to do whatever they want with my child, they're going to be lucky, okay, that I'm on the computer, okay, because I would crawl across that fucking table. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm thinking about my own child here. When I think about that, hell no. No, and no. No school would tell me that they're going to do whatever they want with my child. Ever. Ever. Okay, I think I got that across, and then words came out of my mouth that shouldn't have come out of my mouth, but no way will a school system say, oh, regardless of, what you say, I'm going to do what I want. Not with my child. Maybe with someone else's child, but not with mine. And that's how y'all have to think about it. Don't ever accept that. Ever. I mean, this is your child. Don't ever accept that. Okay? Stay persistent. All right? Don't worry about being that parent. And that's why I am secure in me. And I want you guys to be secure in you. Because I talk to parents all the time. I hear it from you guys. I know. I know that you're like, well, I don't know what to do. And so I get worried, and then I get nervous, and then I just think it's okay. And I just say okay because they they make me think that that's what I have to do. It's not, guys. It's not. All right. They are really good convincing you. I appreciate all the hearts. I really do. Um, they are big at trying to convince you of bullshit, you know? But this may sound bad, okay? But it's the truth, okay? When I was younger, in my 20s, I was a bullshitter, all right? I mean, of dumb shit, you know? But so in my mind, I was telling my husband, I was like, they're trying to bullshit a bullshitter. That doesn't work. I mean, I see right through it, you know? So I mean, it's just a joke between my husband and I because he's like, "You're crazy. You are nuts," you know. And this is somebody I've been married to for decades, y'all. So you know, it is what it is. But he thinks I'm crazy. He could never do what I do, but that's why I do what I do because not many people could, and these kids need it. And but no, seriously, he jokes with me because you know he's like, "Yeah, they can't bullshit a bullshitter," you know. So like, don't let. And really, what that's saying is see right through it. All right. You guys are smart. All right. If your gut tells you what that really is that inner gut instinct. All right. As parents, we have that. All right. If you don't feel like you do, dig deeper. But I'm telling you, that gut instinct that says, like, if say they convinced you in the meeting, but after the meeting, all right, have you guys gotten that just gut feeling that something's not right? You know, that, or you're asking yourself, okay, that didn't make sense. And you're trying to like make sense of something that can't make sense. Know that you are right. Go with your gut. You are right. If you have that question and that gut instinct of, what? What did they just say? Know that you're right. And don't question that. It's kind of like, and then I'm going to get off here because I know I've talked way too long, is you know how they say when you take a test and like you say it's A, B, C, D, E, and you're like, okay, no, it's not D or E, so it's A or B, and they say go with your first instinct, and typically you're right, and then most of us, okay, I don't know if it's most of us, but I'm guessing we'll go with the other one. I know I've done that. All right, it's not D or E, it's A or B. I think it's A. Okay, wait, I'm gonna go with B. Don't do that. Okay? Go with your first gut instinct because you are right. All right? There's something about the intuition, that gut. All right? Especially as parents and caregivers of those that we love. And, you know, no offense, dads, but us moms just have this like miraculous, and I think it's a woman thing where we just have that. I'm not saying guys don't, I'm not, but I'm just saying moms have that just gut instinct of something's not right. And it's that just inner voice. Listen to that. If there's any other good advice I can give you, it's listen to that inner voice. You know, if you believe in God, okay, I'm not one to talk about religion on here, but I will say, all right, if you believe in God, some people have said that is God speaking to you. I believe that. Or it can be whatever you believe, that higher power, whatever. Go with that. Okay? Um, the next thing I want you guys, so hopefully that helps you, Nicole. All right. Bill says it's true you can't bullshit a bullshitter because they know what they're looking for and they'll call you out on it. Yeah, I don't have a problem calling people out, but here's the thing is I'm also cool with people calling me out if I'm not doing right. All right. So it's like if you're going to have the guts to call someone else out, you have to also be mature enough to accept when someone calls you out, if they're right, obviously. And that's why I'm very big with school districts on if I'm wrong in anything, or if I said something and I'm like, I didn't feel comfortable with that, and you know, I'm just gonna not not want to say that, or I didn't really want to say it, or it didn't come out the way I wanted it to, or whatever. I will be the first one to say, hey, I apologize, or you know what, I didn't mean it like that. I wanted to explain this, or I'll say, you know, this is not the way I want things to go. I feel like I am just getting into this negative place. I will admit this to school systems because I feel like if you take ownership of who you are and what you're doing, they can't do anything but respect that from you. And then when you ask that of them, you at least have done it yourself. And so there are times, there's not a lot because there isn't a need, but I will say things like, I don't want to go down this road. It is not who I am. I do not want that negativity in my life. And at the same time, I will be holding you accountable and you will provide what's needed and appropriate for this child. However, I am not going to go down this road with you of negativity and whatever else it is. I will say that to school districts. And typically that will turn things around because I'm saying, hey, you're not getting away with this, but I'm not going down this road with you. So then I'll say, we have choices here. We can figure this out together, or we can go to due process or mediation or whatever it is we need to do. It sucks, but this is our choices. And I'll say it like that. And typically they will turn around, you know? But parents, please know, okay, that when you, oh, thanks, Erin, I appreciate that. She gave you the WhatsApp of how to contact me, and I believe she put the link to my big course up for you. So that's definitely something you want to grab before the fall. And I love the course, and you definitely get contact with me. So hopefully you guys enjoy that for those of you who take advantage of it. Okay. Right now I have a full-blown payment plan for you. So if that's something you need to do, go for it. Okay. The next thing, thanks, Cindy. I appreciate it. I do have passion because I've been through hell and back with school systems. And so I relate. Thank you, Dawn. I love you too, girl. All right. Hey, Davinia, how are you? District called you today. The needed documents are being mailed. Look forward to working with you soon. Yes, we need to not get mailed documents. I don't like mailed documents, but I'll accept it. Just get it to me in a PDF form. But if I were to email them, just so you know, they will email from here forward. They will not be mailing things. But yes, we will be on that. Ash, hello, could you message this to me? It's not letting me click on the link with my, yes, you want the link to the course message to you, Ash? I'll do that. Okay, perfect. Hi, Brandy, how are you? I would love to chat privately about something regarding my son, of course. I believe right above Erin put the link of WhatsApp on how to get to me. I like WhatsApp because it's like, I get so many messages on Facebook Messenger. I can't keep up with it. And then like I have a personal account and a group and a page, and then it gets all jumbled. And if you're not friends with me, then it goes to like some weird section of Facebook. And then it's weird. It's weird. So just WhatsApp me. It's so much easier. You go to your app store, download WhatsApp, and Erin posted how to get me. I'll have her post it again if you want her to, and she'll post the link to the course. Yes, definitely grab the course because I have the payment plan and everything in place, and you guys want to take advantage of that, go for it. So Brandy, yes, message me, okay? Yes. Thumb drive file is being sent. Perfect. But you can also, I like it individual too. I know I'm very picky about my PDFs because I put them into a Google Drive. Yes, Dawn, you can get the link. And thank you, Erin. I love you, girl. Erin has been an amazing, amazing help to me. She posts links for me. She helps clients get a hold of me when it's hard, to figure out how to navigate that. And she's been amazing. So just say thank you to her. Brandy, can someone message me the link to message her to? Yes. Can you do that, Erin, for me? Get with Brandy to give her the link to WhatsApp, and then also post the link to the course again. Marlene, hi Raven, good evening. Everyone sharing. I recently experienced my son's school not allowing me some form of communication with his one-on-one. That my son had been hit by another student, thrown water at an RSP, and he didn't want to go to school class. I spoke with the vice principal and the principal. I'm not satisfied with their response to only communicate with the teacher when the one. Okay, so you need to go directly to the director of special education, and I would CC the teacher, I would CC the principal, I would CC the assistant principal, and I would CC the superintendent. Sure as heck would. That's what I would do. Go for it, Marlene. Let me know how it goes. Okay? All right, guys. I will talk to you soon, and message me if you'd like to message me. Grab the course and do the payment plan if you need to, and I will talk to you guys soon.